I'm Vicky of Bondatrix, and today I'm going to talk about negotiation and topping from the bottom, what it is and how to avoid it during a scene. So topping from the bottom is where the submissive throughout the scene is giving suggestions, hints, ideas, basically telling the dominant what to do. This will put both people off and it's something to be avoided. But that doesn't mean that a submissive shouldn't interact at all with the dominant. If the submissive has particular things during a scene that they'd really like to do, the time to talk about that is before the collar goes on, before the scene begins. There should always be a chance for the submissive to have a bit of negotiation time with the dominant before you begin play, which is where they can bring things up like what things they'd like to do, what things they definitely don't want to do, what things they give full consent for, what things are maybe grey areas that would need careful handling if the dominant wants to do them during a scene, any medical conditions that they've got, and also anything that might be affecting them, like if they've had a really stressful day at work, or if something's happened that means they're naturally feeling a bit more alert, happy, upset, sad, scared, that might influence where their brain goes during the scene. During a scene, if as the submissive you feel like you want to interact with the dominant, you will have safe words. So they are something to bring the dominant's attention. A lot of people use the traffic light system, which is yellow or amber for something isn't quite right here, we don't need to stop all the play, but for example my hand that's tied up is going tingly, or red if the scene needs to stop. So they're the first way that you can definitely interact with the dominant at any time that is never considered topping from the bottom, and you should always be feel free to safe word. And with the traffic light system, you've got that get out with the amber or the yellow. That doesn't mean that you want the play to end. It doesn't mean that you use that just to bring anything up, but if it's something that you want the dominant to be aware of, if you're really thirsty and you need a drink, if you feel like circulation's getting cut off somewhere, or if you're doing something intense, say a caning scene, and you feel like you're getting to the point you won't be able to take anymore and you're not sure if the dominant understands that you're at that point, then again you could bring up amber to say, I'm finding this really intense, I'm not sure how much longer I can cope with it. And that's far better than just in the middle of it saying, ow, stop, I don't like it, that's too hard, you shouldn't be hitting me like that. It's a very different way, and it's something that if you've safe worded and you've done it in a polite, respectful way, then the dominant knows to take heed of what you've said, and then they can use that information to change what they are doing to make sure that the scene is fun for both of you. If you're doing more of a long-term dynamic where it's more of a 24/7 thing, then again there needs to be some way that as the submissive you can let the dominant know what is going on in your life and in your head, rather than it being classed as topping from the bottom every time you bring something up. So this is definitely something to think about and research properly before you begin that kind of dynamic, and to have the adjustability to alter it as things are going on. A popular one is something like a journal or an app where the submissive can say things freely there that the dominant can choose to read when they want to, so it's not felt like the submissive is telling the dominant what to do, but it's somewhere where the submissive can freely talk about how they're feeling about things, what things they're enjoying, what things they're not enjoying, that then the dominant can choose to dip into and to look at when they want to, rather than feeling they're being dictated to by the submissive. I hope you've enjoyed that and found it useful. Check out my YouTube channel Bondatrix for other videos on BDSM, and check out my website bondatrix.com for a wide range of BDSM gear that's made in the UK.